Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Hogan, and welcome back to my Zero Carb Life. This is pretty much the most last minute recording I have ever done. I just came from, well, I had my hair washed, and I said, Hey, Karen, would you be willing to come on and talk about several just random things, updates, some things I've been meaning to tell on YouTube? She's like, Absolutely. 20 minutes? I said, let's go. I said I need to go home and maybe change shirts. That's it. We'll do this. So please welcome back to the channel my good buddy, dear friend, 6-year carnivore, Karen Miles.
Oh, thanks for having me on, Kelly. And you asked me when I was on my way home from pickleball. I'm like, well, whatever. I have this shirt on. I'll put a necklace on, and here I go. So we made it work. Thanks
Is
for
that
having me on again, Kelly. Appreciate it.
absolutely? Is that your little cow?
Yes, that you gave
Oh,
a whole bunch of people at a
I
meetup
love
once.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love it.
So Karen has been on the channel several times. We have hung out in person many times. She's come and stayed at my house. She is family at this point. In fact, I have a family photo. I think it's right behind my microphone right now, though, of my family with you in the photo because we were hiking all together. So, yay. All right, let's talk several random type things. Let's first start with salt. Karen, there is a product that you have not tried this exact one, but you've tried something I haven't tried. The first one I want to share with y'all at home is called butter salt. I have carried this stuff with me everywhere I go since the first time I tried it. Okay, let me look at the ingredients. Flake sea salt, butter powder. That's it. This stuff is so good, especially on eggs. Now, it's good on meat because we know butter and meat, match made in heaven, but eggs. And so when I go out, here's another side tip for people. You already know that I love to order poached eggs when I go out. I don't cook them at home because I'm not great at it. I do it occasionally. Do you ever cook poached eggs?
I just started this last couple months. It's
Okay.
work to get it right.
The reason I order them when I go out is one, I don't have to fool with them. I don't have to boil the water. And two, they don't use any oils. It does not touch a cooking surface. You just put it in water, they scoop it out. So I can say unseasoned poached eggs, and I don't have to worry, oh gosh, are they going to cook it on a surface with canola oil? Are they going to use vegetable? They don't. So when I go out to eat, though, I don't really want plain poached eggs. I want buttery, salty poached eggs. Now tell them about your salts.
So my buddy Kathy, our buddy Kathy, gave me this for Christmas. It's from Salty Provisions, the same company as yours is from. And this is 9 different salts, sampler pack with 9 different kinds of salts. They're very interesting. Coffee, pickle, Chicago, just a whole bunch of different things. And it's a lot of fun. One day I had 4 medium boiled eggs and I cut them in half. So I had 8 eggs and I used 8 different flavorings around in each one. I tried them all. I'm like, this is good. This is good. So that was kind of fun to do.
Do you ever buy your hard-boiled eggs already pre-cooked in the bag at the store?
No, and I know you do. I make them myself, Kelly Hogan.
Okay, so I almost always in my freezer, you know this, I keep frozen burger patties because those can be cooked and ready in 8 minutes. But almost always I have bags of hard-boiled eggs, at least one bag. And I know it is cheaper, obviously, to just buy the eggs and boil them. But for some of you who might, at the last minute or maybe right before bed or a little snack, you think, gosh, I want a little something, but I don't really want to boil eggs. Just keeping either eggs that you boiled or buy the bag. It's just eggs. They're already cooked. They are peeled. People ask, what are your tips for getting them so pretty? My tip is I didn't do it. I just bought them at the store. And I also love to slice them in half, add some butter salts. I know a lot of people around here are going to frown at this, but I could use Tabasco. It is just vinegar and pepper. I know the horror. It's vinegar, peppers, salt. And it is one of the few products that does not give me any type of leg cramp, not a craving. It's delicious on hard-boiled eggs. Makes, just a little flavor change. Do you use any hot sauce ever?
Not too often.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'd say most carnivores don't, but we're still friends, right? Me and you.
Hey, you told me one time, and then I've heard about it since, that salt, you shouldn't put that kind of salt on before. It's a finishing salt afterwards, not before you the season your meat. It goes on afterwards.
I'm so glad you said that because I always forget finishing salt. If y'all ever see the words finishing salt, that means don't put it on before you cook it. All right, the other one is from Seltzer. I also want to mention, are you getting any kickback from these salts?
No, I'm not getting a kickback from those salts.
Me neither. I don't get a kickback from any of these products, but Salter, it's Electrolytes flake sea salt. It is also a finishing salt. It is so melt in your mouth flaky. It is not just sodium like most salts. It is sodium, magnesium, and potassium. And it tastes just like a nice salt.
My husband loves it. He absolutely loves it. It's like, where's that salt?
That's great to hear. I don't use electrolyte powders because they give me leg cramps. And I know what some of you are thinking. That sounds backwards from everything you'll hear. But Element and the packets, you do fine with them, right?
I do. I use Relight mostly.
Okay.
Redmond's Relight. Mhm.
Relight. And I have not tried them a lot because if I get leg cramps the first night, I'm done. But I have never gotten leg cramps from this.
Good.
Yeah, it's a little higher in potassium than some of the little packets. The packets tend to be higher in magnesium, and this leans a little bit towards the potassium, which I think works better for me. Okay, salt, we're checking it off. The next one is something that you have not tried, and I only recently got it. But sometimes we get new carnivores who ask about breath. What do you do for breath? Whether they say it's their breath gets kind of bad due to keto breath, like their body is adapting. And we first get a lot of ketones. Some people notice, ooh, not so good. Or it's just maybe they're still drinking coffee and they say, now I'm not chewing gum or using Tic Tacs. What do you do for coffee breath? Well, let's see. Julia is about to turn 15, my oldest. About the time I was pregnant with her, so it's been a while, I started using this peppermint spray. But before y'all run out and buy it, the ingredients, hold on. It's got alcohol as the main ingredient, like as in vanilla extract. Some people cannot do any of the alcohols. And I was finding that if I used it too much, I was getting a bellyache myself. So somebody in the group recommended something called Wow Drops. Wow Drops have peppermint oil and chlorophyll. It's like chlorophyll. I haven't heard of that since I was in science class, right?
Yeah, in science class, fifth grade.
But I thought I'll try it. It is just like an essential oil, peppermint. Those are the only two ingredients, no alcohol. And the directions say, this is so random, to put one drop on your hand and then lick it.
Over here,
So then,
here you go.
here you go.
Oh, thanks.
I'm here to tell you that tiny bit will make you think you have just eaten a peppermint plant. It is strong. I know why they call it Wow Drops. I'm here to tell you, coffee breath no more. Karen, one day, 2 drops accidentally came out. I thought I was a goner.
Oh,
Do not, y'all listen, do not try 2 drops.
okay. Okay, now we know.
Do not try 2 drops. So I don't know if it could be put in something like a little spray. So the downside is you're in church licking your hand, right? Like it's weird. People are like, what is that girl doing? But you know, we're not known for fitting in. So I guess it's like put it on the list of weird things y'all do. All right. So if anybody is struggling with either coffee breath or keto breath and you want something that does not have alcohol, it is very, very potent. All right, Karen, I see that you've got your fancy glass. What you drinking over there?
I have seltzer water, Minnequa, sparkling water.
I've
I
tried
love it.
that one.
From
Yeah.
Mexico.
So when people are trying to cut out alcohol, which I used to say, maybe an occasional drink once in a while, if you're going on a date night, if it's not sweetened, might not be so bad. Well, it's been a few years now since I've had alcohol, and I'm now of the mindset of why? Why?
Right.
It,
Yeah.
I don't need it. I don't need to relax more when I'm with my husband. If I want to talk or be relaxed, then I'm just going to drink my seltzer, put it in a fancy glass, perhaps. Yeah, I love it. Cheers. Oh, speaking of seltzer, okay, clink, clink, clink,
Oh,
clink, clink. Here's the next thing on my list. And I shared this on Instagram this week. Um, I have been using this water bottle. The Hydro Jug is great for seltzer, unlike most water bottles. The downside is it has a hard straw. Now, there is no way to use a hard straw without puckering your lips. Let's all go ahead. Let's pretend our pinky is a hard straw. Ready? And it makes what my mom and most people would call like the smoker lines, the vertical line. None of us out here are wanting that, are we? Now, I know there are reasons we get lines. Skin ages. It's life. It happens. I am not of the mindset that I'm going to go shooting stuff up into my skin to prevent it. It is what it is. But also, I don't want to be stupid about it. So my mom has always said, Kelly, don't use a straw because it's going to give you those lines. And I was like, yeah, but will it? After about a year of solid use of the straw, Karen, it started happening. Lipstick going up in the little
oh,
creases.
not good.
No. Mm-mm. Have you ever been told don't use a straw?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
hardly ever use a straw, very rarely. I'm
What was I thinking? A year, Karen?
surprised. I'm even surprised when I saw you using a straw. I didn't say anything like your mother would have, but I thought of it too.
Yeah. So when I started seeing these little lines about a week ago, several days ago, I thought, well, that's it. I'm not going to use my favorite mug anymore. And I went to either not using a straw or using a very soft straw, which, you can put towards the back of your mouth and squeeze on. And there is a way to do it without pursing your lips. And then I did a little research. Oh, I tried to wipe the lipstick off of it. Y'all watch. It looks crazy. And also, I don't care. Okay.
Looks like a mermaid's tail or a sardine tail. Oh, look at that.
No pursing.
Wow.
And in only a week, I can tell that those muscles that are used for purse, they are loosening up. My lipstick isn't running anymore. So, y'all, I know
That's
this isn't a carnivore tip, and we don't care because we're people and we're women and we don't want those lines. So I thought I'd pass it on to you. Okay, the next random thing I want to ask you about, Karen. About a year ago, I started using these little red light night lights, and I think you did too. Do you
I
still use
did.
yours?
I do. I use it in the bathroom at night and in the morning. I absolutely love it. And
Me
even
too.
Jeff uses it.
It is one of those purchases that I think I will probably use forever. It's that good.
Okay, I have those little ones like a nightlight, but then I have a little lamp that I have in my bathroom for washing my face, brushing my teeth, doing all that stuff. And that's what I use at night. But oh, I love those. I have that in the hallway, those little lights. I have it in the
Yes.
bedroom. Love them.
Yeah,
Love them.
I put them in my kids' bathrooms. They love it too because
Mhm.
otherwise you're waking up at night, turning on a light just to use the bathroom, and then you're just, why can't I go back to sleep? Because your brain thinks it's morning. I love those little things. They're motion detectors. Yep.
Mhm.
I think it's a great pro tip. Okay, next topic. You are the one that told me about this. Tell folks what are these?
Those are castor oil patches, but they're disposable.
Mm.
So I never bought a castor oil pack because I used to see these big pads, you tie it around you, and they were so obnoxious looking. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I never did it. But then I was talking to my buddy Kathy David and I were talking. I'm like, look at these patches. And she went ahead and bought them before I did. She's like, I like them. So I bought them too. I'm like, I like it. So I just put it on. And it says put a heating pad on. So when I'm on like a Zoom call, I'll put the castor oil on the patch, put it on, put a heating pad on, and sit there for an hour or whatever, and then just kind of leave it on for a while. So is it helping me? I don't know, but it's not hurting me.
All right. So out of thousands, literally thousands of reviews on castor oil, and this is the brand that I use. It is fantastic on the skin when it comes to sunspots, age spots, wrinkles. It does help hair grow faster, brows, lashes. Some people put it in their hair, but it's pretty sticky, the castor oil. So I have not explored. Have you ever put it in your hair?
No, never. But what I like to do it, if I feel constipated, which isn't too often, I'll put some in my belly button. And sometimes they say helps flush you out.
Yes, constipation on the belly area. Some people put it in their belly button. Some
Yep.
people will just use the castor oil pack that you were describing, or you could use one of these and just put it over your belly button or anywhere on the abdomen. When it comes to on the liver, we're talking about underneath your right rib cage. A lot of people use it for a liver detox. And what else? Oh, for better sleep. So, Karen, I was using it because I'd heard that you could get really good deep sleep if you put it on at night. And you are not wrong about that castor oil pack. It's got a whole belt.
It's like huge.
Huge. It covers your whole belly, but also you don't tend to pour. I never put enough that it covered the whole thing. It was more like an area about this size. So I felt like I don't really need all that. And the belt is kind of uncomfortable. These are peel and stick. And I have been really, really liking these. Now, people also like castor oil on the joints. And I think you have shared before that you've used it.
I had an injury and I said, I'm going to put castor oil on. I put it on a couple of days and it went away. And my heels, one of my biggest non-skill victories of Carnivore is I don't have rough heels anymore. But every now and then in the winter, just got a little bit of roughness. And in the morning, before I put on my black socks, I put some of that on my heel, do that a few days, and boop, that's smooth as a baby's bottom.
Yes, and I find skin wise too. You've used it on your face also, right? Like getting rid it really did get rid of some dark spots, acne scars that had been there a long time. So I don't do it all the time, but if I think, "Oh, yeah, my bowels haven't moved in a day or two," and mine do every day or every other day. You're pretty much
Same.
yeah. Yep. But if you ever do notice, or somebody notices that they haven't been in a few days and they think, I think I'd like to go, castor oil, you don't need to drink it like your grandmas used to do, right? Grandma would give people a tablespoon of castor oil. We're not drinking it, but just this on the belly. So I thought that was a pretty cool pro tip. Okay, the next reason I had Karen on today, not just to talk about favorite purchases, though that's fun. Don't we feel like little influencers right now? Completely unpaid influencers.
Discount codes.
Yeah. But Karen had a CAC score done. When was the last one? 2 years ago?
2 years ago, exactly this month. My numbers were really scary. My doctor freaked out. So yours is a zero last time you had it done, which is ideal, but you're also in your 40s. I'm in my 60s. I'm 66 years old. I'm a 6-year carnivore. I never had a CAC score done before 2 years ago. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to see what my numbers are. And my numbers were not good. 369. Again, they like it's zero.
Yeah.
Over 100, they don't like it. Over 400, they flip out. So my doctor flipped out. Karen, you need to get more tests. You need to get a stress test. I said, a stress test on a treadmill? I'll do that. No, you need a stress test with a dye put in you. And I did some research. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. But I have an angiogram done.
Yeah.
Angiogram, if that's, you don't need that. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather have that. So he sent me to a cardiologist. Cardiologist said, yeah, okay, we'll do that. He said, be prepared if we have to put stents in. You're going to spend the night in intensive care. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It's a little intense. So Jeff came with me. He's in a waiting room. And I come out of my procedure. The doctor came to see me. He said, Karen, your arteries are like a 20-year-old. I'm like, a 20-year-old? 369 and my arteries are like a 20-year-old? What's up with that? I said, you know what? Sometimes tests, you take them, you leave them. Like, well, that's a big scare. When it showed me, he said, Karen, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. So I'm thinking to myself, do I need a CAC score? Maybe I'll do it in 2 years. I'm thinking to myself. So this was it, 2 years. So I let me go. So I went yesterday. By the time I got home, I got my results. Kelly, my numbers went down 120 points.
Yes! Yes!
Usually they go up. So it went from 369 to 249. I'm like, holy cow. So, of course, I came home, put it in Chat GPT, which we like to use, and I put my before numbers and my after numbers, and it said, Oh, that doesn't happen. It's like must be faulty. Must be something wrong with the test. And I had it at the same hospital, same exact machine. Actually, the same guy. His name is Luke. I said I remember him from last time because that's my son's name. So I had the exact same machine and everything, and the numbers went down. We all hear that, oh, the numbers never go down. They
Hmm.
never go down. And my numbers did go down from a 4-year carnivore to a 6-year carnivore. I wonder what it was before I was a carnivore. Lord knows, I would have flipped out. So I had a major, major reduction. Very, very happy with my numbers.
Me too. We just got that. You got it yesterday, right? The results back?
Yes.
Yes. So I remember 2 years ago when you got that back. And even as somebody we both so believe in carnivore because it has just changed how we feel. By reducing carbs, you and I both have had tremendous weight loss, tremendous health benefits. So there's no test out there that's going to make me say, oh, well, that would be worth going back to feeling like garbage for the rest of my life. No. But when you got that back, I was nervous with you, like, well, that's not good. Did carnivore do this? But we had nothing to compare it to. And we both talked about that, right? Like, okay, well, for all we know, it's better than it used to be. Still not great, Bob, but
Yes.
but then you come back this year, and when you went this year, of course, I'm like, oh Lord, please let this be good. And not only did you not progress, so for any of you who don't realize, the expectation is that every year it will go up slightly, but there's a certain percentage they want it to go up just very little, or at least hold its own. Outside of carnivore world, doctors are like, no, that doesn't happen. They agree with ChatGPT. You don't see it go down. And yet we have seen it in the groups. Audra Coleman came on and she shared that hers also went down. I have seen people take theirs back to a zero. So I'm saying if you got down what was it, down 120 points in 2 years,
Yes.
let's do that every 2 years. You'll be down.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to do it again in 2 years because, why not? And if I said to myself, Karen, if it goes up this time, just don't do it again because they say it's going to go up. It's almost guaranteed.
Yes.
So I can't wait to see the doctor and see what he's got to say.
I also love that you shared about your angiogram because ultrasounds of the carotid artery and angiograms, you are really taking a look, literally, what is going on in the artery. And I do think it's pretty unusual for somebody to have calcium on the tests, but still get back a really clear result. But I value that angiogram way more than I do a CAC score.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Really happy.
Oh, I'm so happy too. And you mentioned the fact that in your 40s, which I'm 47, you really should have a zero. I mean, there are certainly people who don't, but it's pretty much expected that if you're in decent health, it's not like throw a party, you've got a zero in your 40s. But for it to go down in your 60s is a really big deal. So, yay, let's all celebrate for Karen. Woo! I love it. I hope some of y'all are commenting in the comments. First of all, we'd love to know if you've tried the salts. We're not quite done yet, but you can be commenting while you're watching. Have you tried any of these salts? Have you tried castor oil either on your skin, on your belly, on your liver? Even if you haven't tried these little disposable packs, have you tried castor oil? I'm curious. Let us know if you've noticed lip lines. Are you a lifelong non-straw user? Are you considering not doing that to your face anymore? Go and watch one more time.
Nice.
Pucker free. Pucker free. Okay. And if any of you have had your CAC scores tested, we would love to hear about that too. All right, drop us a comment. Oh, and the red nightlights. Okay, I've got one more thing to talk about. And it's something that I think I mentioned here before. I know Dr. Lisa Wiedemann has talked about it. Lots of people have talked about this. It is the Japanese walking method. Do you ever do intervals of fast, slow, fast, slow?
I played a little bit in the gym in the wintertime where I did rowing and elliptical and biking, like fast, slow, fast, slow.
Yes. Okay, so you were there. Well, you were there for all of the classes when I talked through Dr. Bill Campbell's assessment of some research that came out. This was back in November when I taught it in the classes. And the study was really cool and unusual in that it was done on all women, all who had higher BMIs, because normally tests are done on resistance trained, lean men. I mean, that's just the vast, yep, resistance trained, lean men. And I'm like, okay, well, great. So it worked for them. Everything probably would work for them. But this was overweight women who were either in menopause or postmenopausal. Cool. I was already like, do tell. And they were trying to figure out the best ways to reduce visceral fat and belly fat. So they did waist measurements and they also did DEXA scans. So it wasn't just how much did you lose on the scale. It was much more belly fat centered. And of all the exercises that they tested, the one that blasted the belly fat was intervals of hard work, almost all out, about as fast as you could do something. So whether that's as fast as you can on an exercise bike, and you know who I think of when we hear that phrase, as fast as you can on an exercise bike, Dr. Sean Baker. Yes, because that man, yeah, he puts his bike through torture. And then, so it could be fast biking. It could be all out as fast as you can swim, as fast as you can run, or really fast walking if you're not a runner. And then you back off and do a few minutes of casual, like just take it easy, let your heart rate recover. And in the Japanese walking, they say 3 minutes of fast, 3 minutes of slow, 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow, and you do that for 30 minutes. But in this study, they didn't follow that exact protocol. They just did high intense, get your heart rate elevated, and then allow it to come back down, almost not quite to resting heart rate, but not to your full exercise. Allow your body to recover, your breath to get back to normal, and then do it again. So, you know, Dr. Sean Amara, he talks a lot about visceral fat, right? And his big thing he discusses to blast visceral fat is
sprinting.
Exactly. Sprinting. He says, take your walk and just occasionally sprint as fast. And people say, well, how fast is a sprint? Well, that's going to vary person to person. It just means as fast as you can go for about 10 to 20 seconds and then go back to walking. But if any of you are doing a lot of steady state, and I'm very guilty of this, steady state walking, just I will walk all day, but I have started incorporating more like, okay, I'm going to bump it up really fast on my little walking pad, or going up hills will get your heart rate, if you're walking outside, elevated, and then allow it to recover, and then push yourself a little bit more. And I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not going into any deep dive, but I will link to the study that I reviewed. We really did go pretty deep in the class, but something to think about, right?
Now, when I do stuff like on a bike or elliptical or something, I do the sprints. I'll do 45 seconds of sprinting and then a minute of not rest, but slower. And that's what I'll do. I'll do different cycles of that. That's what I do when I do it.
I think
that's
long
perfect. Enough to get it all to work. Who knows? But that's what I do.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing to incorporate. We know it's good to get for cardio health to have bursts of really utilizing your heart. But I know that so many people are, particularly hormonally, when it comes to the change, right? The change. And I'm, full disclosure, y'all, I'm not there yet. I'm 47. I still have a regular period every month. So I cannot report on belly fat changes at this time, but I can report on that study, which was done on those women who have just recently or still going through menopause. Pretty cool. All right, Karen, we didn't give the basics, but the basics of what changed our life was not mint drops.
No.
It was not castor oil. It was not even a salt or a nightlight. It certainly wasn't a mermaid tail water bottle tip. What has made the biggest difference in your health?
Eating meat.
Yes.
Simple as that. And then I add eggs, I have seafood, and I do dairy. I've been cutting back on my cheeses, but I definitely do butter. And I do sardines, but meat is the main thing that makes a difference in my life. And my husband's been doing this a year and a half with me, so that's been great.
And he started first. I will link to the whole story about him, but tell him why he started.
He started because he was diagnosed with cancer, prostate stage 4.
Mhm.
So before he got out of the hospital, he said, Karen, I'm going to eat like you. I said, what do you mean, low carb? He said, no, carnivore. I said, for real? Because I'm carnivore, but I just thought he meant low carb because he's not going to do like me. He is awesome. He's so good. I'm so proud of him.
His PSA started out, was it over 500?
400 and something. And
Yeah.
now it's like point zero. It's like undetectable. But they won't say you're cured because it was stage 4. But his spine is rejuvenating because it was getting holy. And he had it in his lymph nodes cancer, and it's no longer there. So I'm like, I don't know why you can't say it's cured. I'm saying it's cured.
It's
So great.
amazing. Amazing. Over 400, now less than one.
And he had a lot of things that got better. Like he couldn't even lift his arms. We talked about it in that video. He couldn't even lift his arms over his. He could lift them over his head. He didn't have any range of motion. He was so beat up, and now he could go like that and lift his arms up.
One of my favorite moments of the whole video, and I used it as the thumbnail, was him raising his hands up. It was so good. I love Jeff, and I love you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's
I
a
love you
good
too.
guy. So, any of you watching, yes, all of this is fun. It's fun to try new little things. It's fun to reduce your lip lines. It's fun to not wake up in the middle of the night if you have to pee. Well, first of all, Carnivore has greatly reduced the
Good
number
time.
of times, yeah, we have to get up at all. But if we do get up, we don't want bright light in our eyeballs. So, all of these little tweaky things are good. But if you at home right now, if you are not already doing the foundational things, like avoiding the foods that are going to spike your glucose all day long, or you're still eating processed foods, maybe you just aren't hydrating well, period. Let alone are you worried about lip lines? We've got to drink water. We need sunshine, some movement, some sleep, and a body that can go into rest and digest our parasympathetic side of our nervous system, where we aren't living in a state of panic, where you go out with your friends and play pickleball in the sun. And just, well, today I went and de stressed with a massage because my good friends at my Zero Carb Life had given me one for my birthday. They actually gave me two, and I used the second one today. Things that we can do that bring some peace to us, whether that is through a massage or a nice walk, some prayer, a talk with a good friend like you. Oh, and by the way, Karen Miles is one of our assistant coaches. It's myself in every single lesson I teach. We also have Karen and our good buddy and assistant coach, Kathy. They host a breakout room in a lot of our sessions where you can go. And what do y'all teach about over there?
When we talk about stuff we're not telling you, it's a private thing. And what we talk about stays there. We talk about anything they want to talk about: calories, food, grandchildren, movement, vitamin D, anything and everything. I ask the people, what do you guys want to talk about? And we just share. It's very magical. We really get to know the people,
Yes.
and it's wonderful. They give us updates. It's a great time. It's like a party. It's like a meetup. I love meetups. Actually, June 6th, come to my Naperville meetup.
Yes, I went last year to the Chicagoland meetup. It was so much fun. And is it okay to say this?
Yeah.
I plan to be there this year too. I haven't bought my plane ticket, but it is on my calendar. My plan is to be there again, June 6th. So if you're okay with it, we'll link the information below.
Yes, information below, and contact me on Instagram or Facebook to let me know so we could save you a seat.
Perfect. So Karen and Kathy host the breakout room. It's the last 20 minutes of each of our meetings. You can either stay with me for whatever lesson I'm teaching. Then people will click on the survey. They could choose to go with Kathy and Karen. And then most every session, Dana and Nanette, they have a lesson on, and it changes every week too. So you've got options, right? If people want to just go and talk about whatever, like we did today, get random, baby. Karen's here for it.
I've been in a few coaching groups, and by far Kelly Hogan's is the best.
Well, we've got you, baby. That's all we need.
Oh, thanks. No, for real.
Thank
It's
you.
just great. We're learning something new. I'm learning something new all the time.
Me too. Right?
Yeah.
I don't ever want to stop learning, and I am, you and I both. We are teachers. That is our background. So there's nothing more fun in our book than to learn something new and get to share it. That's what we do every week. We learn and we share and we listen to people what they've learned so they can share. Okay, that's it. Hope to see y'all back next Saturday. Bye, y'all. Thank you, Karen.
Bye. Oh, Kelly, that was fun.
That was fun. You did great. This will be fun. I think people will like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Bye.
it. Bye.
Love you.